Analyzing bite marks reveals crucial evidence, challenging assumptions and urging thorough investigations. Does law enforcement have pictures of Chris Proudfoot's arm from the day he was interviewed for the first time? Do those bite marks match with Sebastian's teeth or their Yorkies?
I've also had a couple of Bichons. None of those dogs, when they get excited, sit there and bite you. They're not Yorkie bites. I'll tell you that right now. That's just not. That's not. It's not. This is the weirdest shit, and that's why I'm showing it to you. Yorkies will bite your hand if you're feeding them because they're so excited to eat. They always get your fingers and you got to hold your hand flat like a horse, but they don't take bites out of your arms.
According to professional opinion, I had 3 weigh in that these are human bites, in their opinion, and 1 person weighed in that the images just were not clear enough for them to be able to make a decision. So 3 out of the 4 looked at this and said that they believe they are human bite marks. Now, they explained to me the sizing difference between a dog's mouth and a child's mouth or a teen's mouth or a human's mouth, and that does play a lot of part of it. However, most importantly are the types of marks that a dog's mouth leaves. And that is what I am going to show you here. So these are Sebastian's teeth.
Now, this is actually Crime Time Buzz, and I believe I put the link. I put Crime Time Buzz, and I put the link from the interview in the description. Jennifer, she just likes to be called Cough, Jennifer Coffendoffer, but that's not her. Cockendocker. Hey, some people call her Cockendocker. They don't like her. Make a wish. 222. Wish Sebastian had a 17th birthday. All right, guys, hit that like button, please, if you like the way that I present true crime. Tiptoe, welcome to the crime crew. Good to see you. I hope you get a membership gifted to you at some point soon.
They are quite rectangular here, as you can see. They're not sharp incisors like a dog would have, and they tend to match the 2 rectangular prints that set right here in the arm. We're not accusing anyone. We are analyzing, speculating, theorizing. There is so little being given from law enforcement, which they don't have to give us, but some information would be nice. I'm sure, I hope they did this kind of documenting and investigating based on bite marks on a stepfather's arm. What do you think? Anyway, look at the rectangular shape of the teeth. Matching, which is pointed out to me right here. 2 very deep indents that are rectangular, 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 rectangular. Okay, a little bit of an indent here, possibly from this tooth.
And I want you to know this would not be usable in court anyway, although they can put it out there for a jury to see if they ever got charged criminally. But I've seen this happen before, and the way the evidence in this case has disappeared over time because I feel like they've taken too long to do what they did at the Proud Feet's home and everything. They haven't been looking at it as a crime, so I don't think there's going to be much that they can put in court if they ever do find out what happened. All right, let's keep going.
And his bottom's here. Now, it is really important to notice that was pointed out to me is there is not tearing. There are not puncture wounds, like puncture holes, round puncture holes, and there is not tearing. The reason that is so important is if you look right here on this page,
bingo,
this
Ted
is
Bundy.
What a dog bite looks like. Dog bites have tearing here.
Bruising.
See how it's torn? See the puncture wound here? See these punctures from a dog bite? Look at this. This is just torn skin. They don't just go in.
Now, listen, guys, you guys know, some of you guys don't know, but Mrs. Guilty is a dog groomer. All right. She's been doing that for almost since we've been together for 20 years, and she gets bit very often. Okay. And dog bites do not look like that at all. And they do bruise around the area. It will swell up, but those teeth marks, like I said, she gets bit at least twice a month. Every other week, she's used to getting bit because she's a dog groomer. That's not what they look like. I've seen them for over the last 17 years, at least. And yes, Ted Bundy they did use that in the Ted Bundy case to convict him because they didn't have DNA or anything back then. Nowadays, it's hard to use something like that and prove it. All right, good. That's yeah. That one of them is not the other ones. Over here it is.
Bite like a
Right here.
kid would bite onto an apple and leave. They bite and they shake their head and they tear. That is not what is here. That is what is here in dog bites. This bite on the arm is not remnant. We don't see tears. We don't see incisor marks. Just
all right. In case you guys missed it, these are the pictures from the first interviews that Chris and Katie were doing. Those are the pictures from the interview. So if you just rolled in, Donna, that's what we had already said. So, and any of you guys that missed that, if you can go back, I don't want to make the people that have been here for an hour and a half go back. So these are pictures that they got from an interview with Chris.
Puncturing. We see rectangular.
Hey, and Brighton,
marks
good to see you, my friend.
That broke the skin. The major differences between dog and human bites are in their appearance, the bite marks. Human bites typically leave oval or semi-lunar marks with rectangular incisor impressions and triangular canine marks. I'll explain that. Triangular canine, they can be superficial abrasions or deep, often appearing in fights like fist hits, teeth, or abuse. So they can be deep if it's a human bite, depending on if someone's fighting for their life.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
but dogs will grab hold.
Yeah, you got to
shake their heads and tear that skin open.
Shake.
It's not usually a clean in and out. And if it is, they are round. And let me show you the why. Let me show you real quick.
And the difference between
because a dog has these sharp teeth like fangs, and that's what's going to hit first. You're going to see poke holes from those teeth, like here. And here.
Exactly.
Oops, sorry. And here. And see how this dog started to grab hold and tear. See the tearing marks? Now we want to go back here. The major difference between dog and human bites are in their appearance. Dog bites are characterized by long, deep puncture wounds from canines and straight incisor marks with a long, non-oval arch. Often cause more significant tissue tearing and deeper trauma. And that's what you're seeing on the left. We don't see this on the stepfather CP.
Me too. And if you know, Joseph, with Ted Bundy's case, they did that and they matched up perfectly. So yeah, I do wish I wish the photos were clear. I wish they would have actually got photos, and I hope law enforcement took pictures of his arm from the beginning in order to do that, because you can see those aren't really high res enough, but you can distinguish the patterns versus a person versus a dog. And I much rather have animals than people any day. Right. All right. Let's keep going.
His arm. But again, good investigators will have documented this arm, will have them in evidence, will have done the same thing we're doing here at Crime Time Buzz and spoken to individuals about what they see. They would have measured the bite marks in comparison to a small Yorkie or a 15-year-old male. A dog's front teeth do not make the same marks as a person's. They just don't. The marks can be distinguished by differences in tooth shape, arc form, and inner canine distance. The distance between the teeth and the bite, the overall arch, are very different. Now, the incisor shape, the feature. For human bite marks, you're going to see rectangular indentations, like here on the arm. Dog bite marks, you will see oval to rectangular, and often tear mark.
And the reason I am even playing this is because the way it's explained is fantastic. They went above and beyond of overlaying it and seeing it and talking about it. Now I'm trying to give away some memberships right now. I'm trying to gift you all some memberships. So make sure you've got your membership gifting on and you've hit that like button. That way if you need a membership, it'll pick you up. All right, let's go. Good point, Deborah. Deb always has good points. That's why we keep her here. Right, Deb? Right.
What I want to make sure we see here is here's a little Yorkie's mouth. Look at the size of a Yorkie's mouth.
You want me to go get my Yorkies?
That would be see these long teeth would be making these marks. This would come from a bite and then shaking and tearing. Same with here. Very different from what is on the arm here. See? Very different. These two front teeth are, in my opinion, almost depicted perfectly.
Yes, they
Even
are.
so much as the way they're set back, one set back a little bit.
I wouldn't even have showed
My
this if I
the
didn't
people
see
that
that.
I've spoken to believe these to be human bites on that arm.
Yep.
I did not tell them who the arm belonged to. I did not tell them who we thought possibly the bites belonged to. I asked them to analyze for me if these were bites or dog teeth, dog marks.
Well, you
Now,
guys can see.
here are the bite marks. If you look at the size of a Yorkie's mouth, this range is larger than a small canine Yorkie's mark.
I mean, guys, it doesn't take rocket science, but in order to lay the foundation for what's happening, you got to show both perspectives, right? And multiple perspectives, multiple dogs, multiple things. And I saw this picture and I was like, damn, how could you miss that? Now, I'm sure if you overlaid the actual size of his mouth when around the time he went missing, because that's an older picture, guys. When I took that picture and I looked at that picture versus him now, his teeth have kind of gone together a little bit more since then. He's grown up, but it's a clear, it's very clear, right? And I just gifted 5 memberships. I hope somebody that wanted one got one. Yeah, it's very clear what they done to this child. Welcome everybody else that just came in. Catherine, good to see you. All right, and Tammy, Polly, good to see you. All right,
Mouth. Here you will see again the teeth, the incisors that will make the puncture wounds. Here we see the rectangular teeth that could most likely, possibly, no one's accusing,
people
make these rectangular spaces, and one being set and turned a little, one being set and turned a little bit does fit. The important thing is stepfather said he was wrestling with the dogs.
Yep.
3 out of 4. One said they were too blurry to make an opinion. 3 out of 4 stating those look like human bite marks because 1, there's no puncture wounds.
Yep.
2, they are rectangular indentations and breaking of skin like a human tooth. 3, there is no tearing. And 4, the size of the arch of the mouth. Look at the difference between Sebastian's mouth, the size of the arch here,
and the
face, Yorkie's mouth. And this is not a puppy Yorkie.
Not even close.
Look at that difference of the arch, the span. I believe, my friends, that we have bite marks on those arms. Bite marks on those arms. And I'm praying investigators like TBI and Sumner County photographed his arms, took measurements.
Appreciate you.